to Lifeline. Remember, we're going through this 10-week program together. It's a book, a study book. It's called Lifeline. It's about the whole subject of worship and what the Bible says about worship, how we're to do it, and it's a good thing to do together as a team, whether or not you are the worship team, because worship is the duty of all of us humans. So if you can get together with some friends, let's go over this book. I'm sure you will find it helpful, as have we. So today we are on the 6th lesson of Lifeline. Lesson 6 is talking about how to enjoy the flow of our worship service. How to enjoy the flow of our worship service. I don't know if you've ever been to a service that felt so like you were in a boat on a rough sea and nothing seemed to be in its rightful place. Flow is important. So I invite you, let's read through together and see how we can get to enjoy. Psalm chapter 100 verse 4 says, "Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him, give praise to his name." I'll read that again. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name. Flow is very important in our worship service. The challenge is usually where to begin. Many people assume that the right thing to do is start fast and end slow. Actually, even in my growing up and to this day, when people speak about praise and worship, they speak about praise in relation to fast-paced songs, tempo, up-tempo, and then worship kind of slows things down. And so many people assume that that is the way the flow should go in a service. We come and we jump and then we say, now we're entering into worship. But is that so? Let's just see what the word says. In fact, most of us prefer that this be the case and get very disappointed if this doesn't happen. While this is a good way to go, it is not necessarily true. Psalm chapter 100 verse 4, quoted here above, does not necessarily dictate the tempo of songs or of a service. Rather, it dictates a certain attitude of the heart. So when we're talking about thanksgiving and praise, we're not talking about tempo, we're talking about an attitude of the heart. Okay. Worship is an end itself. By definition, other types of ministry necessarily have horizontal, man-focused aspects, but worship is purely vertically focused. It is the primary purpose for which God created us, and therefore our highest endeavor and greatest fulfillment. And you can read through Isaiah 43 verses 6 to 7, Psalm 19 verse 11, Matthew 22 35 to 38 I believe, and 1 Peter 4:11, and you'll get more about what the word says. Therefore, we ought to give worship careful focus and attention in the church. We ought to relate all of our activities to it and to the goal of magnifying the glory of God. We ought to make explicit God's glory as our most important pursuit, aim, and preoccupation. So when we're living our lives, we ought to make it clear to all and sundry that God's glory is our most important pursuit. We are Christians. What we do in this life, as we live it, in living this life, is to give God glory. So whether we sing or we don't sing, whether we are in the worship team or not, whether we are congregants, we're just average people, whatever it is, giving God glory ought to be our most important pursuit. It ought to be our aim, and it ought to be our preoccupation as worshippers. How then can we ensure that we have flow in our worship services? That's the question. How can we ensure that we have flow? So what we'll do is that in the next daily studies, we'll be looking at how we can ensure that we have flow in our worship services. Yeah, so welcome to week 6.